Okay, the part of speech that we're working with this week is the preposition. The page that you will need for this is the preposition word search, and then on the back, locating prepositions. Okay, we're going to start by taking a look at the word preposition. Okay, here's the word preposition right here on the board. Now, if you look at that and you start thinking about how you would code that or how you would break that down, you might think, well, I see prefix pre, okay? I see final stable syllable TION there, all right? So that would help you to begin to break down and pronounce the word. If you look at the word, all right, it does have prefix pre, and it's left with the word position at the end, okay? Remember, pre does mean before, so that's not a major factor in the word preposition, but that word left behind right there, position, is huge for helping us to remember the meaning of the part of speech which is a preposition, okay? Because what a preposition does is it tells us position, okay? It gives us position. It shows a relationship between words in the sentence. And a lot of times it actually gives us the position of the noun or pronoun within the sentence. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at this week is prepositions and what they show us, okay? Now, so let's take a look at the sentence. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. Based on what I just discussed about a preposition and what a preposition tells us, pause the video here and see if you can figure out which word in this sentence is the preposition that tells us the position of something. So just pause that there and see if you can figure it out. Okay, if you determined that the word on is our preposition, then you are correct. All right, what the word on tells us is the relationship between the book and the table. All right, it tells us where the book is, and we know the position. It is on the table. Okay, if you changed that and gave it a new position, works the same way. The book is under the table. Again, we know the relationship between the book and the table because the sentence tells us the book is under the table. Again, under is the preposition because it tells us the position of the book in relationship to the table. Okay, so as far as prepositions telling us where things are, pretty easy to remember that. Okay, we use those in our writing. We read those in the text that we read all the time. Okay, so telling us where is one of the most common things that we think about when we are thinking about the prepositions in the sentences that we read or that we write. Okay, now another thing that prepositions can tell us are when. Okay, so a preposition can also tell us when. All right, so for example, I always eat lunch after going outside. I always eat lunch after going outside. I need my period. Take a look at that sentence for just a second and see if you can identify the preposition in that sentence that tells us when it takes place. Pause it there, look at the sentence, see if you can figure it out. Okay, if you would have circled after, then you would have been correct as far as the preposition in that sentence that is telling us when. I always eat lunch when after going outside. Okay? A preposition can also tell us which way. All right, so we can learn where, when, or which way based on using prepositions in sentences. Okay, so that's going to be the information that you need in order to complete the front and the back. All right, so this side gives you a list of prepositions, and you are going through the word search here and you are finding the words. Now you can circle the words, put a line through the words, however you want to do that. And then on the back side, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be finding the prepositions in each of these sentences and circling them. And then you're going to write on the line over here whether or not the preposition is telling you when, where, or which way. Okay, because it's important to try to recognize what information the preposition is giving us. Okay, then down here, it's going to talk to you about some compound prepositions. Now, we've talked about the word compound all year long. Okay, we've talked about early on in the year, I talked to you about if someone gets a compound fracture and what that means. That means that more than two things were broken. If somebody had a compound fracture in their leg, then that would mean it broke the bone. And yeah, gross, I know, it broke through the skin. But two main things were broken there. That's what makes it a compound fracture. So when we hear the word compound in the English language, whether it is compound words, compound sentences, compound preposition, we know that it's meaning two or more of whatever that is. Compound, that's what it means. So down here at the bottom, there are such things as compound prepositions. And so it gives you an example, and you're going to try to come up with some compound prepositions of your own and put them in sentences. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.